something I thought I would show you. I gotta bend a multiple pile of bindings for a friend. I have my bindings are all set up, a 1/16 of an inch thick, a little over a 1/4 of an inch, but he also needs to have black, white, black that he wants to use. It's very difficult to glue these on in this situation, but I can bend them at the same time. Now here's the trick. You take them, and if you take notice, they aren't even. You have a heavy and a light, so you kind of match your heavies and lights together. And I'm just going to do this. 1, 2. Now you notice I'm kind of holding this together. It can also get something a little heavy to bat against there to kind of help. I often jokingly tell my students that luthier in French means man who learns to cuss. So there's a good chance you might see me learning to do a little bit more. So you can see how I had these all set out, already aligned up in their positions. And I'm not pushing very hard, but all I want to do is get these to set in here like this. See that? So now I've got those 6 purflings sandwiched with the bindings. Now if you don't do it this way, what will happen, those purflings will end up flopping all over and they won't bend perpendicular. So I'm just taking these together, gonna tape them up, make them a little group. See how you can roll your tape underneath there? Once you get a little bit of tape underneath there, you're well supported. And here we go, clump these up. I'm gonna probably go 4 pieces of tape. Because once you have the tape support on there, you can pretty much handle them just like they are a piece of a side. So there you go. You can see these are actually now ready to get bent. So I just took them together. See that? So now they're supported and they'll be ready for the bender. All right, people, so you can see I just throwing this together, getting it ready for the other bend of bindings and purfling. So here's my stack, and you can see how I have the bindings and the purflings. They're all set up together. I'm going to just do like I did with the bindings. It'll go really easy. The big deal here, and remember this, is if you don't support those purflings, they kind of roll on you. And then you don't, they aren't really good for anything. So again, I don't need to use any paper. Just throw this puppy right into the machine. Make sure I'm reasonably centered. I will tell you ahead of time though, the tape sometimes will stick a little bit. So when you go to take them out, be cognizant that they will do that on you. All right? So, I don't necessarily need to use my story pole. All I do is put my thumb at the end of the binding and it can come down. I can see about where I am on my pattern. And I'm just going to talk to you as I go through this because it is so quick and easy. So my thermometer is just like I do with the other ones. Top slat and under the blanket. Never put it against the wood. My blanket's already over 100 degrees. And you can throw the weight on there if you feel like you need to. It's not a big deal. Get my other hold down one here. And I can feel the heat coming through it. There we go. And that's it. So as the temperature starts to climb, and it will climb rather quickly, then I'll be able to proceed with the bending process. So here we go. We're almost at 200 already. If I let this go till it would drop, it literally would drop right away. But it is amazing how easy little bindings like that will bend. After all, they're just little pieces of wood. There we go. Everything's looking fine. I'm going to give that a little bit of a twist. And that is how you bend bindings using a bending machine. Heat profile is a little bit less than what I would use on the side because I bent the lower side there at 220. I'm at 240 now. and it definitely is ready to go. I'm going to give it just a little shot because I can, but it's not bad. Done. And that is it. So, from my shop to yours, that is how you bend bindings and purflings. Now, if you were just bending straight purflings, you can do it, but you got to have something on the edges to keep it from rolling. So from my shop to yours. Okay, bending, purfling, and binding. So here we are. We're all ready to take our bending machine apart and pull out the bindings and the purfling. Remember, taking these out sometimes is where you're going to have more chance of cracking than when you put them in. You noticed I was holding that down. I'm not letting it fly apart. So here we go. 1, 2. And you can see my purflings are nice and straight. They didn't roll. So that is how you bend bindings and purfling in a bending machine. My shop to yours.